Hey y'all, it's Blossom. I just want to come on here and talk about my testimony within a week. The this week has been just so interesting for me. It started from I had went home to get my Easy Pass because I stayed out of town for school, so I had to go home to get my Easy Pass. And I went home to get my Easy Pass, and in the midst of me going home, I got my phone hacked, completely hacked. Like all my contacts hacked, my messages, my notes, everything was hacked, right? And then from my phone getting hacked, I got into a car accident, right? So I got into this car accident, and mind you, like I had to get a rental. I missed a whole week of school, and I was just real frustrated, right? I was just real frustrated with God because I'm like, okay, God, like what is the point of this? Like I feel like this is for no reason. Like this, why, for what? Like, and this is how I'm talking to God. I'm like, God, like for what? Like I feel like I do right by people, God. I feel like, I'm talking to you every day. I'm praising you every day. Like why? Like why is this happening? So after my car accident and me missing a whole week of school, I fell back on my assignments. And then I ended up getting a rental car. So I went back to school that Thursday, and then that Friday I had went out of town to go see somebody that is really special to me. I went out of town. And then after I went out of town, coming back home so I can go to school, which is today is Tuesday, so I got back to school Monday, which was yesterday. But coming back home, like the rental car that I was driving, that tire busted open completely. Like that, the tire spun out and it just busted. Like it wasn't a flat tire or nothing. Like it busted. The rim came off, and the tire was just busted open. And I'm like, when I show people that tire, they're like, Bree, like, I'm surprised you're even still here. And how that tire spent out, I'm like, yo, like, this is crazy. And in the midst of when my tire blew out, I had a place to like pull over. And it was so interesting where the tire blew out, because that place where I was able to pull over, it was like this little scenic route, and it was like a little U-turn thing. And when I had pulled over into that place, I had strangers ask me like, hey, like, you okay? Do you need water? Like, I'm like, look, I don't know where I'm at. I was in Virginia. I'm like, look, I don't know where I'm at. Like, do y'all know where we are? Because I don't know where we at. So, somebody gave me directions, like, look, you're here. And when you get your, when you call the insurance place and everything, you tell them this is where you're at. And you know what's crazy about this whole situation? When my tire just blew out, they didn't have in my rental car, they didn't put a spare tire. They didn't have a donut in there or anything. So I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So my friend came all the way from DC to come get me. And he waited there for like 4 hours. Because I was on the phone talking to the insurance company, waiting for them to tow my car or tow the rental car. And I'm just like, yo, like, and my friend just waited. That was the first person that popped into my mind, like, hey, like, call this person. My friend drove all the way an hour to come see about me. Waited with me, drove an hour back to DC so I can get me a rental car and go back to school that night. In the midst of this, like, with other little things happening, I'm like, dang, like, I'm falling back on my schoolwork. Like, I'm missing therapy at school. Like, my mental is all over the place. My heart is all over the place. I'm still healing from things. And then I was talking to somebody real dear to me. I'm like, look, I'm just real irritated with God right now, because I'm like, what is this all for? I'm like, this is for nothing. I was just going off. And I'm like, what is this for? And it was crazy because my first accident, when I was at home and this happened, I was freaking out. I was crying. I was yelling. The lady who swiped our cars hit together, like my actual car. She wanted to fight me. She brought her daughter and her best friend up there to start drama. It was crazy. And I was like I was totally out of my character. I was on one, like, a couple people had to calm me down because it was just crazy. In this situation, when my tire busted, the way that I handled the situation within my calmness and how I didn't get out of character and how patient I was and everything like that. And I had somebody that needed to tell me this, to tell me like, look, Bree, the way that you handled the situation when your tire popped was so much better than how you handled it when you got into your car accident, and how you just maneuvered things and everything like that. And I was telling her, and I'm like, yes, thank you. However, I'm still frustrated. I'm very frustrated. I'm very upset. I'm very upset with God. And then she just told me, she was like, Bree, she was like, I think God is just trying to tell you that he got your back. You know what I'm saying? Like, both of these accidents could have went completely wrong, especially the tire busting. Especially the tire busting, because I was on the freeway going back to my school. I was going like 70. I wasn't even trying to go fast because I was already shaken up about my last car accident. So I was already like going kind of slow. And the person who was talking to me, they was like, Bree, God is trying to tell you that he got you, and to trust God and give God the glory for the good and the not so good. This tested my faith. This tested a lot of things. Even me being back home and seeing certain people that I don't speak to anymore. Like, God is testing how I maneuver and handle those things. So, back to me talking to the person who was giving me insight and changing my perspective. Like, Bree, you have people pulling over and stopping what they're doing, offering to give me food and water and giving me directions. You had somebody that drove all the way from DC to Virginia to wait with you and be patient with you and drive you all the way back to DC so you can go to the airport and get you this rental car so you can get back home to school, and told you, hey, let me know when you make it back. Hey, it's no problem. Like, this person who came and got me and was waiting and being patient with me, I'm like, okay, like, he drove all the way out here. Like, I'm going to give him gas money, of course. Like, thank you. Like, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And then he was like, look, I wasn't even expecting that. Like, you my homie. We go way back, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, yo, I'm like, thank you. Because for me, it's people out here, like, and God is trying to show me, like, Bree, no matter how many people betrayed you and no matter how many people hurt you, there's people out here that genuinely care about you and will do anything and come your way. And I've sent these people your way so you can be good. Like, God is telling me to keep my heart open and to certain things. And I'm just like, all this has happened within a week. All this has happened within a week. I still don't have my car. I'm supposed to go back home to get my car. They said it should be ready by Thursday. But all this has happened within a week while me trying to handle school. I'm not working. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all this happened. I had to push my car note back. Like, I can't start working because of this situation. Me with my car, I don't have my car. So I'm like, yo, all this happened within a week. All this happened within a week, and I'm still standing here strong, sending love and light. Even though I was frustrated with God, I realized that this is all to give God glory. You know what I'm saying? This is all to test my faith in God. I genuinely feel like I am very truly blessed, and I'm just talking all over the place because words can't explain how grateful I am and how I just know that I have a purpose here. And the way that I just got into 2 car accidents and situations in 1 week and still here and still standing strong. I'm back at school catching up on my work. I'm giving God glory. I'm still praising and thanking God in the midst of all of this. In the midst of all of this, I'm still praising. I'm still thanking God. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have people that is willing to come see about me and be genuine in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, God is telling me, like, Bree, I got you. Like, I got you. I got you. Like, don't be frustrated with me. I'm trying to build your character. The things that you're going through right now, Like, even how you handled your last car accident to how you just handled this recent one. Like, your character is building. You didn't go off. You didn't cry. You stayed calm. You remained calm. I remained calm because I knew that God was going to make sure I was okay. And then I had people telling me, Bree, I knew that you were going to be okay, because while all this was happening, we were praying for you. We were praying for you. We were making sure that you were good. We were talking to God through all of this. All of this. So, yo. And this is, and I don't know if y'all know, but on my last video, I talked about a fasting update. I've been fasting. I haven't been on my personal social media, my Instagram, my Snapchat. I haven't been on none of that. Like, I got a new number. I was real low, real just out the way, real out the way, because, and I needed to do that. I didn't understand why. I just did it. I didn't understand why I did it, but I just did it. I didn't have to get off my personal social media. I didn't have to. I just did it because I felt like I had to. Just like when I combed out my first set of locks, I just felt like I had to. Like, and in the midst of all this, in this transition, it was meant for me to do these things so I can get more in tune with God and get a more of a confidence in my character and getting my character shaped and getting some more polish. All this is just sandpaper, just rubbing against me so it can smooth me out. You know what I'm saying? So I can get that polish. So I'm more than grateful. And this testimony within a week, I haven't even explained the other things within my fast of this a little over a month. You know what I'm saying? So this is just within 1 week. And I felt the need to share, and I felt the need to say that maybe, and I feel like somebody's going to watch this. I feel like somebody's going to watch this. Somebody who faith is getting tested, who is just maybe had thoughts like me, like, oh, I'm frustrated with you, God, like this, that, and that. I feel like somebody's going to watch this. And I feel like this is me as a testimony telling you to please don't lose your faith. Please don't lose your faith. Whatever you're going through right now is a test to shape your character. It's sandpaper. It's supposed to smooth you out. It's supposed to give you some polish. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's supposed to build your confidence up. Like, even me speaking like this a little over a month ago, I wouldn't even have spoke like this. The eye contact that I make nowadays, I wouldn't even have made a little over a month ago because of this fasting time, of this intimate time that I'm having with myself, with God, and the connections that I'm making with others. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I was meant to say this and put this out there and just say, keep your faith, keep trusting in God, look, you're more than blessed. You're more than blessed. And I just feel like that's what I was meant to say right now. And this is the testimony that happened within 1 week. So yeah, I'm about to get out of here because I'm hungry and I got to study and I got class later. But before I go, I just want to say that you are strong, you are enough, you matter, your dreams matter, and you have to keep going because you have to blossom before you bloom. And keep having that faith. Keep building up your confidence and your self-esteem. Never lower your worth or your value or compromise your value or your worth for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep your standards high. Keep your self-respect high. You know what I'm saying? And if a person really want to be in your life, they gonna work them legs out to come get it. You know what I'm saying? They gonna climb up there to come get it. They gonna climb up there to show you that, hey, I understand and I respect your boundaries, and because I love and care about you, I want to honor that. You know what I'm saying? So if nobody has told you today, I love you, and just keep being amazing, keep being strong, and keep your faith up. You know what I'm saying? Keep your faith up, keep your confidence up, and yeah, that's all I want to say. So green hair blossom outie, you know what I'm saying? I got the bun in the back. Green hair, I'm feeling the green. But before I start rambling, I'm about to be out. So blossom out.